I'm Matt Manero. Welcome to another edition of Inside Transportation, exclusively on CFFNation.com. We're coming to you live from the Great American Truck Show in Dallas, Texas. It's turning into a huge event here. Unbelievable amount of people. I think the word is, gentlemen, 100,000 was the count?
Quite a few people. I'm not sure the exact count.
Well, we're excited about it. So what we've got going on here, you're watching the show live right out of the booth at the Great American Truck Show. I have two important guests with me right now for this episode of Inside Transportation. I have Joel Dawes. Joel, how are you?
Good, yourself?
Very good. And I have Doug Holder here. Let me introduce both of them. Joel is a contestant in the Pride and Polish competition that's happening here at GATS, and Doug is the head honcho, the guy who runs the whole thing at Pride and Polish. So welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So look, the idea behind it is the Pride and Polish competition at Great American Truck Show this year is a culmination of multiple other competitions that have occurred around the country, right?
Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about that, Doug.
Okay, so we started out last year here at Dallas. Dallas is actually the first show of the season, and then we compete all year long, and it's also the culmination of all best of show winners throughout the show year. We're back here competing for a national championship.
And how many regional shows would there have been?
Well, we did 5 shows this year. We were Texas, Florida, Utah, California, Tennessee.
And what would you say the turnout was? Were you pleased with the amount of competitors?
We had record crowds.
Oh, good.
All year long. It's been a banner year for us. The shows are getting better and better. So we're really excited about Pride and Polish.
So Pride and Polish is a competition that brings together
show trucks. But when I say show trucks, okay, we have trucks that are out working. They're up and down the road. Joel's a perfect example of that. Joel's truck runs. It's out there making a living for the driver. It's on the road every day. But when he shows up here to show his truck, it's like, wow, how do you do that?
Yeah.
So we've got guys like that. Then we also have guys that just have stuff that's off the hook, and they trailer it in. We have a builder's class starting this year for a championship. So there's a variety. They're working trucks, limited mileage, stuff.
So Joe, let's get to you, because you're the craziest of the three of us, probably, right?
Probably, but we'll see. Yep, most likely.
You're from Wisconsin, right?
Correct, sir, correct.
And how long have you been entering trucks into this type of a competition?
Probably been doing it 10 years overall, and probably the last 3 at this higher level of expectations of what the truck should like when it comes in.
But your memory of wanting to do this starts when you were 13 years old?
Probably 13, you're getting the first, that was a jet ski. Guy had the best jet ski out there, so we custom paint that, tune it, peak it. Then it went from there to a snowmobile to a car to a motorcycle, and then in the family business, we've been doing it for 1937, so trying to get the best truck out of the family. Who has compete with your dad, your brother, your cousin, who has the best one, and who has the best talk at the table, who has the bigger and better one.
Unbelievable. So your family's been in the trucking business for that long?
1937 is when we got our first authority, yes.
Unbelievable. And the product is mostly produce, or
right now I do a lot of meat and cheese, Wisconsin, Michigan area, down to Florida, and the produce generation back up again that way.
So let's talk about it. I mean, what goes through your mind? Because what I see when I see that stuff is big dollar signs. I mean, I just see huge money going into these units.
There is some big dollar signs. You can't get carried away. Deeper products do help a little bit, but it's also about how clean you can make it, the flow of the truck, the symmetry of the truck, and just sometimes it's a wow factor. It does have to have a wow factor, but it's an evil level that everybody can keep their truck clean, and once you get it clean, it's easy to maintain the cleanliness that it is to get it there the first time.
Does your truck have a lot of customization? And I'm not talking chicken lights and stuff like that. I'm talking actual fundamental fiberglass or steel.
It has a little bit. This one we have here this year is basically less is more. It's more aerodynamic. It's a new trend setting. Everybody's going more aerodynamic for fuel economy. So we thought we'd try that in a show truck version. And it's got a little bit over the hook, but nothing that anybody can get the same truck we have right now. It'd be very easy to do.
So Doug, what are you looking for from a competitor to enter Pride and Polish? Do you want stock or do you want heavy custom?
You know what? We've got a place for everybody. What we're primarily looking for are guys that want to come in, compete, on the top level. This is the pinnacle of show trucks.
It is. It's
our series. We're different.
like Doug was saying earlier. It's not the quantity; it's the quality. There's some very quality trucks here right now. It's nice to have the volumes, but you don't want to have just any Joe Blow off the street, which is more than welcome to come. But you want somebody to have pride in their ride. It's to enjoy what they're showing and shows back on how they take care of themselves and their home life. You know, it's very. There's a lot of nice families out here right now. It's a family thing out there. You have a lot of husband, wife that brings their kids. They come here on the weekend. They clean the trucks and they spend time together. You get to meet a lot of nice families that way.
But
everybody involved.
Is there a personality trait though that goes along with a typical show truck person?
It's a cult.
I mean,
it's a cult.
It's a cult.
It's a cult.
So give me the top 5 idea. What are the typical personality traits of someone who loves this type of competition?
Well, these guys have big egos.
Yeah.
No question.
They want to be top dog.
Yeah.
And the bigger, the better, the best.
With Pride and Polish series is we have an incredible number of sponsors. Okay, we have an incredible presence in the media. An incredible presence for these guys because our winners, they see themselves in our magazine.
Oh, magazines, posters, billboards.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere, and that's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, you come and compete in a Pride and Polish event, and you win, even if you don't win.
Yeah.
Just to be in the finals.
They're getting a lot of press, and that's
it's ego. It's a big ego thing. A big ego. You got to have a good sense of humor. You got to have a sense of humor because what happens this show might be completely different the next show. So you got to kind of laugh some things off and go with the flow. Or there's little jokes being played behind each other's backs. The competitors kind of play with each other a little bit and have jokes with them.
I'll tell you one thing that's been the coolest thing for me to see over time is these guys that know what they're doing. They've been doing this for a long time though. The new guy comes in, and you guys, they take them in, if there's any questions, they tell them. You know, the competition's stout, but they're not willing to just hold their knowledge in. They share the love.
You're going to help everybody out because if somebody runs out of polish here, you can use mine, or here's some more extra rags you can use. Or when it's raining, everybody goes from truck to truck to help everybody else dry off in the rain. Because you want everybody you're going to compete against to be at the same level you're at. You don't want to have somebody have an off day, and then you want to be at the same level all the time. And like Doug said, if somebody new comes in, you're going to show them, hey, here's what they're going to look for. Or as they're being judged, next time do this a little bit differently, or set this a little bit differently, and you help everybody out.
You tell them that the day of the competition too? You would point out, hey, you're a little short here?
I let them. You walk we're walking around tonight. Hey, can you look at my truck and see, let your eyes see what my eyes can't see? So it's always, because you always see the same thing over and over again. Somebody else can walk up to it and see something completely different. So yeah, you're here to help each other out.
But there's a lot of discipline that goes into the personality of someone who can actually stay on top of a truck at this level, especially a working truck, right?
Right.
Which is constantly up against the elements and all that stuff.
It's good work habits.
We hear one thing that we hear a lot. Oh, those trucks don't work. Those guys don't work. You know, I landed in an airplane in Wisconsin.
Okay.
I'm out in a rental car. We're going to work on a deal, get a deal signed. Here goes some trucks running down the road. They were Vinny's trucks.
Vinny's trucks, okay, yep.
Rolling transport. Running down the road. There goes one. There goes another. There goes another. Then I see Billy Rathwish. Tankers. There they go. There they go. These are national champions. These are trucks that are, you know, and people are like, those trucks don't work. Well, we're just randomly landing an airplane. We're in the area, riding down the road, and there they go.
There they go.
It's like, how can you tell me they don't work?
So Joel, would a typical company have one of these show trucks and all the rest are still clean and well maintained, or is it just one that's a show truck and the rest are just, you know?
Well, I don't really want to talk for everybody else, but for our fleet ourselves, we have roughly 15 trucks, and it's kind of an incentive to a driver. If you do a good job, you keep safety, you know, driver safe, somebody else, driver safe, no accident, you keep the truck you have now clean, we'll incentively do things to that truck or get you to a nicer truck. Because if you take pride in something you're driving, a basic one, you can take pride in something else that's nicer. And again, like Billy Rethridge and Vinny DiGiorno with Rolling Transport, same thing does with his drivers. As they get better, they put them in nicer trucks. It's more of a driver benefits that way. And then the drivers
easier to recruit with this type of mentality?
It's a lot easier to recruit a driver driving something nice than driving something that's not nice.
Yeah.
It's hard to get drivers to drive now anyways. So you have to give them the more they feel at home, the more pride they have when they're driving, the better they're going to do for you.
Yeah.
Plus, if you've got a load being delivered, what would you rather have bringing it? Somebody that is
falling apart,
I agree
mismatched
completely.
paint. Is your advertising for your company? It's your self-advertising.
So guys, I have a quote that I use a lot in my office, and I say, experts only. Average gets crushed.
Right.
I really believe that. And these are your competition, and you're competing in this competition are examples of that, right? There needs to be discipline in business
Yes.
and in life, really, right? We've all gotten way too comfortable with the idea that we can let it slide, we can let it slide, and we can let it slide. And it's nice to see something that indicates that you're not letting it slide.
Why be average? Why blend in when you can stand out?
Don't.
You know? Yeah, exactly. You gotta go that extra inch.
It's a great point. I mean, on the radio show that we were doing earlier, the message of today was about how do you get exposure for your business.
Right.
And some of the people were calling in and saying that they were afraid to get, exposure for the business. It could open up the lion's den of the competition.
Pandora's box.
I said go for it.
Yep.
Come on, you can't be worried about that sort of stuff, right?
Well,
the competition's there whether they know about you or not.
Exactly.
Right?
Plus, if you're driving something that's clean and looking nice, going through a scale house, you're less likely to get double checked and think, hey, that guy's he looks good from 50 feet away. It must be really good up close. So why do that?
But speaking of that discipline, I know guys that when the truck at the end of the day, there's a routine.
Yep.
And it's consistent.
Yeah.
And you can see them, they're filthy because they've been working.
Yeah.
But they're taken care of at the end of the day or the next.
Right.
As soon as there's a time, they're working on it.
Yeah.
So
Our
it's
trucks,
amazing.
It is amazing.
Our trucks, whether it be a show truck or a fleet trucks, every other day, if it's raining out, as soon as it gets done raining, you get that truck washed. As soon as it gets done snowing out, you get that truck washed. Well, you don't let it sit there because it's a little harder to clean once it's there. If it's fresh, clean it right away. You're advertising for yourself and advertising for the company, and also in industry now because it's hard to get a positive influence for what we're doing right now. It's so much negativity out there right now.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you very much, Doug. I appreciate you bringing pride and polish to CFF Nation. Joel, I wish you the best of luck this year. And you're competing both for next year, really, because you're primarily trying to qualify for 15-16. Right?
That's what we're trying to do right here today. You're correct.
Great. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Perfect.
So, guys, you just watched another episode of Inside Transportation only on CFFNation.com. Till the next time we talk, thanks.